You're muted.
I was like, is she really doing that? Yes, she is. I'm just going to let her do it. Good job.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to You and I Builder Live, the show where I totally remember to unmute myself. My name is Maria Gabriela Ochoa Perez Vector. I'm an outbound product manager with ServiceNow, working on the agent experiences team. And with me today, I have two super awesome guests. If you could please introduce yourselves, starting with.
Oh, me? Because you're pointing at me. Hi, I'm Sarah Tolson. I'm an architect that focuses on portal design and development and a lot of other front-end things. You can find me on portalorum.com, and I aggravate the other guest on his Co-Creative Live shows.
And I'm Travis Tolson. I'm a developer / architect on Service Portal, Next Experience, all the front end things, and work with Code Creative.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. So today, I think we're going to tackle something of particular interest to all three of us as previous and current portal developers. We're going to be doing responsive design in UI Builder.
What?
So
UI Builder doesn't do responsive design.
I know. Now we do. So let's see if our lovely intern could show my screen. Thank you. So we've got the UI.
The intern remembers to unmute his mic, just saying.
Okay, the intern should also figure out how to make it so we can not be heard during the intro, which is the only reason I have to mute myself. It's the intern's fault ultimately. But anyways, so we've got the You and I Builder Live, You and I Hungy app that we've worked on multiple occasions before. And I'm going to show kind of how it works now. We've got our available grocery items. When we click on them, they get added to our grocery list over here, and we can remove them from the grocery list. And now we're going to design a UI, but for responsiveness. So what I want to show you guys first is we have the original home page of the app, and you can tell up here that it's kind of empty. If we go and check out the new page that I built, it shows the different breakpoints that we have available to us now. Sarah, can you explain breakpoint to those of us who aren't front-end developers?
So basically, breakpoints are set up usually in CSS, and what they do is they dictate from this point to this point based on pixel width of the screen or the browser window or what have you. This is what the styling should look like. So if you are doing responsive design in your CSS and you're doing it properly, you start with all your styles for mobile first design, and then you'll do like a media query and you'll put in there a breakpoint starting at this pixel width. Change the design so that things flow this way or styles are this way, or like the font size is bigger on larger screens, stuff like that. So what the breakpoints do is allow you to dictate different styles for different sized screens.
And that's exactly it. And the way that responsiveness works in Service Portal, the Angular Service Portal, is through using a library like Bootstrap. Well, here, when you, as of Xanadu, store release 1, when you create a new page in your UI Builder experience, it gives you the prompt to either use responsive authoring or to use something we call reflow, which is how we kind of got close to responsive authoring previously. So I had to recreate this page in a brand new responsive authoring enabled page. So now we have like 5 different versions of the same application from all the different iterations we've done on it, which is awful management. One day, somebody's going to have to figure that out one day, but today's not that day. So I know that I'm on a responsive page because I have these 3 options here. And what's really cool is that you can add 3 more breakpoints if you want to make custom breakpoints. And nice. We can actually have it preview for us what this is going to look like when it hits mobile.
Will it
And
also preview the custom breakpoints that you put in?
great question. Let's see. What should our custom breakpoint be? Let's make it 900. Yes. It adds a little button here and lets us
Okay.
preview our custom breakpoint.
Does it let you change the pixels on the default breakpoints as well?
I want to say no, they're locked.
Okay, so that
Can
little
we
1304,
ignore?
it looks clickable.
The 1304 is for the preview that we have here.
And you mentioned having to create a new page. Does that mean that all the pages, like if we have applications in UI Builder, that means all the pages that we've created previous to Xanadu are created have like reflow assigned to them. So if we wanted to do responsive, we'd have to recreate those pages.
Correct. You have to create them from scratch and select responsive authoring in order for this to work for them.
I love the additional breakpoints because that gives you a lot of options.
Mhm.
I would probably do something in between the mobile and tablet, and then maybe a larger sized desktop for your wider screens and stuff like that.
So which one do we want to start working with? What's best practice usually? Because I know with breakpoints things cascade down. So should we start with mobile or should we start with tablet?
I would start with mobile. I always like to start mobile on your
Mobile
smallest
first.
devices and work up. My poor developers are probably all tired of me yelling at them for mobile first to start their CSS mobile first. So, and besides that, one thing I like about your app here is like, yeah, you're gonna put together the grocery list maybe on a desktop, but when you're at the store, what are you gonna be looking at the grocery list on?
So speaking of that, let's figure out what we're going to do with this repeater. So here we have the card-based container, which we currently use, but I think that there's something we could do to make it look a bit better in this size. So we're going to go to styles and is it here? No, I think it's at the repeater level that we made 5 columns. So let's make this 3 columns by 3 rows. And let's see if that looks better. Maybe 2 by 2, 2 by 3. There we go.
That's so cool.
Now you'll see that this property has a little icon on it that tells us it's been overridden and it's specific to mobile.
Oh.
So if we switch out here, we can see that this is the desktop version of it and the desktop value.
Oh, that's cool. So you can just by switching from those views, because I don't use the switcher views a lot for the service portal preview type stuff, but on this it allows you to see at a glance all the different settings that you have in the styling for that at the different levels. That's really neat.
So is one of the breakpoints considered the default breakpoint?
I want to say that the default breakpoint is always going to be desktop.
Okay.
And from there, like for example, actually, if we're in tablet preview and we hover over here, it tells us that it comes from desktop primary.
Okay.
So back to mobile. And this is like the coolest thing because when I was developing in Service Portal, you had to play the game of resizing your browser screen anytime you wanted to preview stuff. So
no, there's no had to.
Now,
that's still what you have to do.
Now,
right.
for those of us that grew up in CSS under the mobile first mindset, is it possible to make the mobile your default one and then override through progressive enhancement?
Thank you. I was wondering that.
I think I'm gonna have to come back to you on that one because I don't know.
Asking the real questions.
Yeah, because if we go by that, then hang on, let's make a change at tablet level and see if that goes down to mobile or not. So I'm gonna change as a card-based container. One of these has padding that I want to change. Okay.
Where did that come from?
How rude. Okay. I'm going to change the gap to be smaller. I'm going to make it medium instead of large. Going to hit save. And now it should show us, okay, here's the tablet. So let's see what goes down to mobile, if it's the tablet or the desktop version that goes down. It comes from tablet. So
So it's moving from left to right?
basically looks like that's the case.
Okay.
So any changes made at tablet go down to mobile.
Okay.
Feels like some cascading styles, am I right? Okay, so Sarah, I need your expertise. You're the designer. Tell me what changes I should make to make it look better.
Honestly, I kind of like the idea of having the list one at a time instead of two across, especially because if you're going to have you got to think about the data that you're going to be putting in there. Some items are going to have like longer names. And I know that we've talked about adding other types of data to these where you could see at a glance like the number of items that are needed, stuff like that. Yeah, and that way you can see that. Or if you have to take a picture to make sure that whoever's picking up the groceries gets the exact brand and container you want, that way the person can focus on one item at a time. I kind of like the spacing you have in between each card, but it needs some color. Just saying.
I do too. Let's change the color of the cards themselves. So we can go to the background. Let's see if we have a nice light.
I kind of like that tone on tone kind of look. Just as a personal preference, but there's a lot of options you could go with. I will be judging your color choices, ma'am.
Don't judge my color choices.
I always judge your color choices.
I'm trying to see if it will. Oh, here's something interesting. I'm applying it to mobile right now.
Right.
Also, so you're going to have to keep that in mind.
If we wanted it to apply across, we'd have to go back to the desktop one, right?
Yeah.
I will be the number one criminal that continuously forgets to go to the right one and has to undo and redo and all that. That'll be something to get used to.
Okay, so then if you make that mistake, once you change the color on the desktop, how do you like override? Underride?
Underride. Just
so when I change the color on the desktop.
So say you accidentally make it purple on the mobile.
Yeah, so like we accidentally did it on the mobile, but we wanted to do it on the desktop. So once we apply it to the desktop, how do we make it not overridden?
Which I also think I'm doing it the wrong place, actually, because it's applying the color behind the card-based container, not to the card-based container, which I think is a weird quirk of it being in a repeater. So this may not be the easiest to see. So we're going to put it on the text instead. So we're going to go to mobile. We're going to see where the background is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to apply, let's say green behind the text. Yikes. And then I'm going to go to desktop. And it's gone. So now, if I apply it here, again, the desktop button went away. And I go to mobile. It looks like it's separately set on both.
Wow. So does that mean then that you'd have to style each one separately?
I think I'm going to refresh, but I think the button just straight up went away. I should one day click on dismissing all those guided tours that keeps popping up, but that's a problem for future me.
future you's going to be like, ah, past me.
Yeah, so the selection is just completely gone since I made it the same change. That's interesting. I'm gonna have to go look into that and see if that's intended or not. But let's remove the green. And now it's back.
Okay, so I'd like to note the little ticker that just went up. Is that because I do that too? I make counters to troll Travis, and it's like my favorite thing about streaming.
Well, I'm
So
glad that
sorry, so after you changed it on the desktop again, your override popped back up?
yeah,
It's interesting.
I agree. So let's fix the spacing real quick. Right now we have it to be 3 grids. Let's should we make this a card as well? So that way they can click the whole card.
I
Yeah.
like that because you got to think about like tapping on a mobile
Mhm.
device. More room to click is always better.
I hate trying to touch those little one-line links on
Yeah.
mobile.
Now, how would I handle a button inside of a card?
So like that whole grocery list thing would be a card, or like the blueberries would be a card.
So the blueberries and the remove button on the blueberries are a card.
What does touching the blueberries? What does touching blueberries do?
If you touch the blueberries, it removes it from your grocery list.
Then why not just have where you can touch the button? Can we make the button bigger, or we can make it like I've seen it on a lot of list type things on mobile devices where you have it and then just to the side it's just the icon.
Now, this is something that is going to be very important to note. I just did a whole bunch of messing around that I shouldn't have. Because if we change the actual structure of our components, it's going to change it for all of them. So I just ruined what it looks like in the rest of them.
So your component
Sorry, I couldn't hear you, Travis, over our intern providing some sound effects. What did you say?
I said so your component structure has to stay the same across breakpoints. This is not like you only get to change the CSS.
Basically, but what we can do is we can change the component visibility by breakpoint. So
Right.
what I was going to do is just hide these according to hide it and only show it according to what size it is. So let me restore this back to how it was. And the card-based container and the grid container can be separate. So I'm basically going to go here to the grid container. First card-based container, I'm going to configure and I'm going to hide it. And that should give me a little button here that shows. Let's save. And then let's switch to a different breakpoint. There we go. So now it shows it in mobile mode. And if we go back here, I'm going to choose to hide the component in this mode. And it shows a little mobile icon. But if I go back here, it shows the other one. Okay, awesome.
So you can hide and show some things. Okay. Based on the view that you have.
Are there any properties that we can't override on the different breakpoints?
You know, that's a great question. I wonder. Let's hope we hit some.
Mm-hmm.
This might be a good one to test. Is this height of this container? Why is it stretching all the way out? Let's see.
Set to fill the.
I think it has a height set somewhere.
The height set to match the column where the available grocery items are.
True. So then I guess it does the same in mobile. Because I can't set a height for it. It just has it set to match this by default, I guess. See the column layout settings here. Column gap, distribute columns evenly. Well, let's change the gap to be smaller, and I'm going to change the padding to be smaller for mobile. And you can see spacing now has a little icon on it. Cool. So let's continue with duplicating that behavior. So I'm going to grab this. I'm going to click on duplicate. And I'm just going to copy over the value. Did it just... It just copied the component configuration. That is so sick. I don't remember it doing that before. That's a nice surprise.
Yeah.
Did it used to just copy the component without any of the configuration?
I think so.
I can't remember.
You know what? I'm just gonna take it. And this is a great example of why you should rename your your stuff.
You don't name your Photoshop layers either, do you? I went there.
Wow, I can't believe you just went there. Paige, excuse me, Paige. Do you mind? Could you not, in fact? Thank you. Anyways,
Look, I have been on calls and had to ask one of my developers, hey, just to confirm, does this do this? I'm the architect on the call.
So let's see. Let's make blueberries bigger. I want to make it match this one. And it's HTML tag 3. I really, really love this new feature where the repeater now previews and shows you what the items are, because before it would only show you the first iteration of it. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to do something fancy.
Oh, fancy.
Let's see if it works.
It'll work. I believe in you.
I didn't know you could still edit that text directly.
Yeah, it makes it really easy. Because before there was an issue where you couldn't access the event payload from the data types, and you still had to type in payload.
Yes, yeah. I remember dealing with that one on the Battleship game lab. That's really cool.
I just gotta flip them now. And let's see if it'll work. Am I not doing it right? I thought I had to do the... Is it single quotes? It's not like I've written a lab before that does this, you know? It's not like I should know. I don't know why it's not showing it. Oh, well. Let's just... There it is. Now it shows it. You guys
I
have
love
no
how
idea.
quickly the updates on the product have been coming out, because like I feel like every time I look at it, there's some new changes to it that just make my life so much easier when using it.
Great plug. Time to remind everybody that as of Washington, UI Builder is now a store app, which means we get 4 releases per year, 2 per version. And if you don't see your UI Builder looking the same that I have it, check your check your store and your plugins and your application manager and make sure that you've got the right one.
Be sure to hit that update button. Like and subscribe.
Oh, Sarah's on mute. She's dropping mad knowledge, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
no, we
muted
can't
again.
hear you. So I guess this is about as nice as that's going to get. But why? What I want to figure out now is I'm going to hit save while Sarah figures out her audio. And let's preview it. So we've got our desktop view. We've got our yogurt, our lettuce. Actually, something I didn't do is here we can click remove and it'll remove them. But in mobile, I still have to press the button. Shouldn't that be better experience with the cards, I think, to actually have the card be clickable instead of the remove button, maybe? If only our UX expert's microphone was working so she could advise us on this. But that's okay. Let's see how it now. How should we design this for mobile? Travis, what do you think?
For tablet?
Yeah, sorry, for tablet.
Okay. Probably. So I like the side by side with the available grocery items in the grocery list, because we got enough space to do the side by side. Probably do the available grocery items either as a single column or a 2 column, I'm thinking. But overall, I think a lot of the styles are going to carry over. Sarah's last and final mic has died.
Well, it's been nice to have you, Sarah. I guess we'll just have you live camera chat commenter.
Maybe you can swing over to the other office and we can make room for two.
It's okay, Sarah. My internet's trying to give out as we speak. So let's see. We've got the grid container at this size. And we've got the component visibility to hide it and to show this one. And then tablets, we have it hidden again. But mobile, it shows. Okay, cool. We've got that working. Let's make them bigger for tablet though. Because right now they're way too small. We can hear you again.
Oh, that's good. Sorry, I've been having mic issues all day.
Aw. Got the repeater. Okay, so the repeater, let's do 2 columns. And yes, I know this one's blank. I just haven't bothered to go in and fix the data yet. Oh no, I think my dog's about to express his dissatisfaction with not being fed yet, even though it's 30 minutes early. Apologies in advance if he starts barking.
Sing the song of his people.
Yeah, he's going to be singing me the song of his people very soon. So what should we do here, Sarah? How should I make this look better in tablet mode, you think?
Well, we were looking at different ways to add color on the mobile layout.
You're really going to make me have to figure this out, aren't you?
What? Color?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the other thing you can do is, I mean, you want a continuous experience across all of your devices. You have a reasonable expectation of seeing data, and that is something you're going to have to contend with. So my question for you is there a way to like maybe start on desktop to arrange the data and then just tweak the styles on the way down? Started on mobile, but this seems to want to go the other way, which some people do. And in all reality, in practice, that's what I do.
So what would you suggest?
As far as changing the way it looks?
Yes.
Oh, for the available groceries part, not for the actual grocery list part. That's what we were working on earlier. Sorry, my mic issues, like, there are a few different things that I might like for it. Maybe a secondary piece of information. I do like the way you have it on tablet where it gives more space again for the information. Do you have any kind of secondary types of information for each thing, or is it just the main title there right now?
Oh, we do have let's see, let's add that in there. Gonna go to here and let's add below. We're gonna add the best components, stylized text, of course. No, actually, you know what? I like can I even remember the name of it? It's like highlighted value, I think. Yeah, highlighted value, or it was label value. This one. Okay. Because I do think that we have one other piece of information available. We can do label, and then the value can be from the repeater. Oh, we need to grab, here it is. Do you guys know what an HEB is?
It's some kind of grocery store. They don't have them where we live.
Okay, yeah, same here.
I know
It's
what
like
a
a
Kroger
Texan
is.
thing.
Mm.
So okay, so that should give us that information if it has it. I don't think any of our data has a grocery aisle actually.
Should make some conditional visibility on that.
Oh, good call.
Man, you're making me do so much work now.
Oh no, heaven forbid.
Let's see. So I think we can.
That's a really good call out, though, looking at making even the data that you're showing conditional, because otherwise it's visual noise to your users and having to make them visually filter stuff that doesn't matter or it's not relevant to find what is relevant. Distracting.
Plus, it makes Gabby do more work.
Like making Gabby do more work.
Well, how am I going to get that in there? I need to grab it.
Do you have access? That would be the at item, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I need to grab it from the repeater. So let me go over here. Okay. Gonna go to data binding, gonna grab my formula again. If this, then true?
I think so.
Else false? Let's save and see what happens. Nope. Let's see if I've got them backwards.
Does the space actually matter there?
The space?
Yeah, you had like a space after false, and
Oh
then you
no.
deleted it. I didn't know if it was one of those circumstances where the white space doesn't matter or if you had to have it exact or it'll break.
Oh, I don't think so. Maybe it's the fact that I don't have the quotes actually. Looking at the syntax help down here.
That's nice.
I think it was the quotes. So now.
And that's because that's technically not JavaScript. That's like so it's not like JavaScript true false. It's
See, man, as like a self-taught like developer who didn't go to school, like the whole true false thing is like it's like magic, okay? I don't even try anymore. The computer tells me what it wants, okay?
If I put a string in there and it works, then that's the one we're going with.
That's exactly right.
That's it, man. That is it. And any time I got stuck on something like that, Travis, Adam, Earl. That's who I message. That's official guidance, y'all. If you get stuck on it out there, that's who you message.
True.
That's good, because if I get stuck, I ask Brad. Or Earl. Or Adam. Yeah, that actually works. I should be at the bottom of that chain because I escalate to those three.
What I'm currently trying to do is I'm trying to get to the items table to add some of that data in there.
Oh, for the aisles and such?
Yeah. So let's go Kroger aisle name. What should be in the item that we add? The one that's blank right now. Oh, wait.
Eggs be on the same aisle.
I don't go to the grocery store. I don't know that.
You've got cookies. You've got some fruit. I want candy. Get like some Jolly Ranchers or something.
Did that save yet? Let's see.
Looks like it did because you're.
I'm waiting for my internet to go out. How much can one banana cost? Let's grab available item.Kroger aisle. There we go. Display value, Kroger aisle. The example one we have is ketchup. So let's see what ketchup has.
Put one in ketchup.
Okay. We put one for ketchup. Now let's go back here and refresh. And now let's go back to the label value. Okay, so display value, we are getting something for display value at least, so we know that.
Mm-hmm.
So then reference, okay, so I should be getting something. And we aren't able to get that to do that. Oh,
True is because it's hide components. So
so then
so when we have data, we want it to be false, and when we don't have data, we want it. Yeah.
maybe.
Hmm.
Yeah. So we've got a value there. Is it that data from the repeater isn't available for the hide component capability? So, because it's not available here, so we can't access it?
That seems weird.
That does seem very weird. I'm going to have to look this up. Hey, okay, here we go. Here comes a ticker. Future Gabby's problem number 3. So for now, I'm just going to remove this.
Try setting the test value to none. Might as well since we tried the other ones.
Earl, everybody has called me Gabby. At this point, I've almost given up. Not quite there yet, though. Let's see how that looks like in mobile. Okay, I like how that looks. That's not bad. Let's fix that
All right.
padding though. And that'll be the last thing we take care of. Just quickly fixing.
Which padding?
You see how these top ones aren't all nicely they touch the sides is what I'm trying to say. That's because I need this one. There we go. Awesome. So let's preview our app and see what it looks like at the end here. So we've got our available grocery items with our aisles. We've got our grocery list. If we remove, they come up to the top. And if we click on them, it gets added to the bottom.
Nice.
I think that's a success.
There, so from home we can add a bunch of stuff to the list, and then when we go to the store, we have it readily available on our mobile device.
Yeah, good job, team.
It's all you.
Is there, while we're closing out here, is there anything you guys would like to plug or let us know about? Or where can people find you?
I am really excited that they've brought responsive design to all. I cannot say how much I have complained about that not being a thing, especially for accessibility purposes, for public sector that needs to ensure accessibility. I was really happy to see that. Just needed to say that. But you can find me on LinkedIn. I'm in the SN Dev Slack, and I'm on portalorum.com. I'm also one of the gurus at SN Guru.
And how about you, Travis?
What's that?
I think Earl got a new soundboard and we've been subject to it today.
Yeah, I'm real excited to see this in there as well. I mean, this is really putting a lot of polish on the next experience, and I'm really excited to get my hands on this in Xanadu. This is really cool. This is going to open up a lot of opportunities for the types of UIs you can build. I remember when we did our first preview video, Sarah, of Next Experience. That was one of the first things we were like, "How do we do responsive?"
Like, where is it? If it is, I was flabbergasted it wasn't there. I was like, no.
So this is so great, and you can find me at codecreative.io. And yeah.
Don't you guys also do a live stream?
We do.
When can people watch it?
We're actually in the process of trying to figure that out. The kids' schooling has gotten shifted, and it completely eliminated the late hour Monday slot that we used to do. So we're sleeping at that point now.
Well, when
so
you guys figure it out, let me know. Other than that, something that I want to plug is that on actually next Wednesday on the Next Experience Academy at 11 a.m. Eastern, we're going to be going over everything that's new in Xanadu for UI Builder. So if you want to hear more details, if you want more information about what we just talked about, you should totally check out the Next Experience Academy. Again, 11 a.m. Eastern on Wednesday, September 18th. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I really appreciate y'all's insights and all the fun that we had. And I hope everybody has a happy rest of your Thursday. Bye-bye.
Bye.